Hello and welcome to this tip of the week. I'm Becky Watson. I'm a certified yoga therapist, and today I just wanted to talk to you for a few moments about going barefoot. I see a lot of feet in my yoga practice. First thing I do is I invite people to take their shoes and their socks off, and sometimes people are really hesitant to do that. It's not something that is normal for a lot of people, and so just taking the shoes and socks off is a big step for them. But one of the reasons why I encourage you to take those shoes and socks off is because of so many benefits that you get from practicing with bare feet. First of all, if you are in a yoga class and you are trying to wear socks, you might slip on your mat, so that is a kind of a safety thing. A lot of times I'll have people take their socks off just so that they're not slipping on their mat. But as well, there's so many other benefits to being barefoot. You feel the floor completely different when you're barefoot versus when you have shoes on. You feel all of those micro movements as your body shifts from one place to another. Your foot has to support itself in a different way without the shoes on. And you actually are using the foot, all the muscles, all the ligaments and tendons, all that soft tissue in the foot. It gets used, it needs it. Just like you might want to exercise your arms, your biceps to be strong. Your foot needs that same exercise in order to be strong. I've talked to a lot of people who say they're wearing orthotics because their feet hurt, or that their feet aren't as flexible as they used to be. So they're just not comfortable being barefoot. Well, and part of that comes from wearing shoes. Your feet get, think of it kind of like a really soft mattress. Your feet are spoiled. They're in that cushioned space all the time. And because of that, the feet do tend to get weaker. So when you go to take your shoes off, your feet, they're not quite so happy anymore because they have to work a little harder. So one of the biggest benefits of going barefoot is that you're actually using your feet as they were intended to be used, and all those muscles, ligaments, and tendons, they get to actually work and get stronger. So that's a huge benefit of being barefoot. It's something that you might have heard about. Shifting gears here, but grounding is something that you'll hear people talk about. And grounding can mean a couple of different things. For some people, grounding is connecting to the earth, connecting to the energy that's coming from the earth. And when you have shoes on, that connection is not quite the same. So going barefoot will help you to reestablish that connection. But grounding can also be a part of actually feeling and using the feet on the floor in a way that you don't get to do in shoes. So taking that time to spread your toes and feel the floor underneath your toes. Taking the time to feel as much of the foot on the floor as you can. So it really is connecting you to your base so that you are standing taller, you're feeling better from the feet all the way up. So grounding is something that, again, can mean a couple of different things, but no matter what version you're talking about, it is very important, and you're not going to get grounded the same way when you have your shoes on. Balance is another thing that will improve when you go barefoot, because your foot is stronger, and that leads to stronger ankles, stronger legs, stronger core, all the way up your body. And when you're stronger, your balance is going to be a little bit better. I watch people balance in yoga classes all the time and in my private sessions, and it's always fascinating to me to watch all the little micro movements that are happening in your feet, your ankles, your lower legs, as your body is adjusting and getting stronger with each adjustment, so that it's improving your balance. And just those little chances to do that are going to help you later on in the day when you're off the mat. You might stumble, or for whatever reason you need a little bit extra balance. Your balance is going to improve just from the chance, or from the practice of being barefoot during class. So bringing that barefoot practice off your mat will just help balance later on as well. Yes, I love going barefoot. I highly recommend it. But I will say this, I will caution you, if you are somebody who does not take your shoes off very often, you are used to having them in cushioned tennis shoes or smushed up in other shoes, your feet aren't going to be so happy at first when you go barefoot, because they are working harder. So take it slow. If you decide that you want to work on the health of your feet and go barefoot, do it just for a few minutes, a day at first, and you'll build up, just like with any other endurance practice. You will build up so that, 3 weeks into this, you can walk around for an hour without your feet hurting. But at first, you are going to want to be gentle with your feet. It's just like any other practice. If you're not going to start out running a marathon, you're going to start out walking and then adding in some jogging here and there and slowly building up your stamina. And the same thing with your feet. You don't want to start off with going barefoot all day long if you are someone who wears shoes all the time. So be kind to your feet, be kind to your body, and give them a chance to adjust. Yeah, I could go on and on about being barefoot. I love it. Highly recommend it to most people. It's probably not right for everyone, but for most people, going barefoot is a practice that will help you. Happy to chat about it more. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. Send me a message, whatever, but give it a try. Take those shoes off for just a couple of minutes a day and just let your feet get a little bit stronger and notice how it feels. But that's it for today. I love going barefoot and would love to have you try it too. So I will see you again next time. Remember, it's never too late to live healthier and happier. Bye for now.